Good morning, everybody. I think it's I've lost track of what day it is. We got up here on Saturday, so that was our first full day of the trip. Sunday was yesterday, Monday, so it's the third day of our trip. What a lovely day. I do have to apologise, didn't quite film much yesterday after we had our sundowners. We got back to camp and we found that the solar blanket that was on the trailer yesterday wasn't charging the batteries. So it's a 200 watt blanket, and I saw it was putting in about 8 amps, which I thought, oh, that'll get us through. But the big fridge draws about 6 amps because we're running a compartment as a freezer. It's cycling quite often, and I think that, yeah, what the solar panels were putting in is the same amount the fridge was drawing out. So obviously with that, you don't get any charge. So yeah, we got back yesterday to the batteries in the camper trailer being at 12 to 12.1 volts, which is obviously not great. So I know I had a fully charged battery in the car. We joined them together to get us through the night, and now everything's normalized at 12.2. So batteries in the trailer at 12.2, battery in the car is at 12.3. That's the second battery in the car. So that level there is quite okay. And so what I'm going to do today is play musical solar panels. I'm going to take the panel off the roof of the car, which is another 120 watts, which again puts in about another 6 amps. And I'm going to link that panel with the blanket through a joiner that I've got to the reg and to the trailer today. So that combination, we should be able to put in more than enough to run the fridge and actually put some charge into those batteries. And of course, we're driving the car today, so the alternator can charge the second battery. I don't have to worry about the solar panel doing that. So fingers crossed that works, and we'll see you this afternoon when we get back. Well, here's something that I don't know if a lot of people know or not. Obviously, you get different color Anderson plugs. I've got a combination of reds and greys. They don't go into each other. So grey goes into grey, red goes into red, blue goes into blue. They are not interchangeable. So predominantly all my solar system on my car runs on red Anderson plugs. That's what's on my fixed panel. That was what was on my 2-in-1 adapter, because originally I had the blanket set up to supplement my battery in my car, to double up the 2 solar panels on my car. And that was normally because obviously we run the fridge and the freezer and all the camera gear on the car, and it was quite a heavy load. And obviously we've been able to shed some of that load onto the trailer this trip, but we just need to be able to get the charge into it. So yeah, I've got a 2-in-1 adapter, and what I'm going to do is change the colors of the Anderson plugs around. It's very easy to do because the pins inside the plugs are the same. You can actually just pop the 2 pins out, give you the loose grey housing, pop the 2 pins out of the red one, swap them over, because what I'll do is I'll plug both the solar panels into here on red Anderson plugs. I'll convert to a grey one here, which will go into the regulator, and then it's a grey extension lead and a grey plug into the trailer. So yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. Should be simple enough to do. I was changing the colours over on the panels before we left, so I just didn't expect to have to do it up here. But small flat blade screwdriver, real easy.
Well, if you're enjoying following us on the trip, make sure you go down there, smash that subscribe button so that you are aware of when all the other episodes come out. They will be coming out fortnightly, just like all our others. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up and show your support for the channel.
Well, we had a lovely paddle this morning. It was really relaxing, followed by a swim to cool off. I'm just going to go look at how the solar panels are going. Looks like we may have a solution, somewhat. The two panels are putting in 13 amps. So that's 13 amp input on the panels, and we'll see what the trailer is accepting. See if anything's running. Yeah, so right now trailer battery's at 12.93, taking 12.5 amps of charge. So if it stays like that for the rest of today, yeah, we should charge these batteries up, no issues. Even if the fridge kicks on and draws about 5-6 amps when a compressor's running on the fridge, we should still be charging whilst it's happening. So yeah, we should still end up ahead, fingers crossed. Anyway, the plan now, because we don't have any snorkeling gear, we can't snorkel here. We actually have some friends in Exmouth, and we need to go to Exmouth and grab a few bits and pieces that we forgot. Yeah, I know, not ideal. So we're going to take the Yardie Creek track, go up, cross over Yardie Creek. Low tide's around midday, so we'll get there at low tide, so we shouldn't have any issues crossing, and then shoot up into Exmouth, grab our bits and pieces, catch up with our friends, and then cruise on back. So yeah, bit of a makeshift plan, seeing as we forgot our snorkeling stuff. do you think of this?
It's your own private beach.
It is, isn't it? How awesome is that? So what we've been doing as we've been going through the bombing range, we've got a little bit of time on our hands. So we've just been ducking down all the side tracks, and yeah, we've found this absolute gem here. Just look at it. It's still a sanctuary zone, so you can't fish, but yeah, literally your own private beach. Nice and protected. Beautiful blue water. I think take the opportunity to probably spend a few minutes here and enjoy it, and then I might throw the drone up actually and have a look what it looks like from the air. I just love this coastline here. Beautiful blue water, all that, just awesome.
Don't forget, everybody, to jump on all our other social media platforms and check out the rest of the content from this trip, including all the stunning photos that we took.
Well, we just got back from Exmouth. We had a really enjoyable afternoon catching up with our friends. So thanks Scott and Kate for catching up and having a drink or two at the pub with us. Feeling very much in a holiday mood right now. I'm feeling a bit bad because I haven't really filmed as much as I think I should have. But then it's been the first good holiday that Jess and I have had in quite a while. So we've sort of been trying to balance up between having a holiday and also filming. But we're going through the Kennedy Ranges in the coming days, and should be able to get quite a bit more filming done in that time. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, we had a really enjoyable day in Exmouth. We drove back as the sun was setting, pretty much drove straight into the setting sun for a lot of it, which was a bit difficult at times. Difficult to film and also difficult to drive. Pretty much give it 100% concentration. And yeah, just got back to camp. It's obviously, sun's just going down, it's a bit dark, but throw some food on and yeah, then tuck ourselves in for the night. But looking forward to tomorrow. We're going to move from Ningaloo to 9 Mile. And then yeah, slowly sort of hop our way down the coast and get ready for the next few bits of our trip. But of course you'll see that as the videos roll. So yeah, anyway, we'll roll on a time lapse or something and we'll call it a night. See you in the morning. Well, our time at Ningaloo has come to an end, unfortunately. We got up early this morning, started packing up camp. We wanted to set up the trailer and pack it up once just off a camera so we can iron out the creases, so that then we can set it up and pack it up properly on the camera, not have a domestic in the middle of it. So yeah, that's why you haven't seen the setup and the pack up, but we're going to obviously set it up and pack it up a few more times on this trip, so we'll show you then. But yeah, we got up at about 6:30, had some brekkie, started a very leisurely pack up from about 7 o'clock, and yeah, it's now 9 o'clock and we've literally just hopped out of the ocean from having a bath. And yeah, as you can see, car's ready to go, camper's ready to go, and yeah, got to wave goodbye to this awesome spot. So exactly, so thanks for having us, Ningaloo Station. We thoroughly enjoyed it, and we will be back, and I think next time try and get a boat or something, or a tinny, and yeah, go and do a bit more fishing. So everyone raves about it, and we've spoken to all our neighbours and they've all had success fishing, so I think, yeah, we'll have to come back and go and venture into the water next time. Anyway, we'll go and jump on the track out of here, and we'll explain what the plan is as we go. Alright guys, now this isn't a super pleasant topic we got to talk about, but we need to touch on a few things that are going on up here at Ningaloo. We've chatted with a lot of the campground hosts at the campsites here, and they've asked us if we can try and bring it up and educate a few people that might be watching this. So each campsite have a dump point, and it's a condition of coming to camp here that you have a chemical toilet, and that's a proper cassette chemical toilet, not one of those buckets that you get from BCF that you pour the chemicals into. It actually needs to have the two proper compartments. So we have one of them. It's one of the 10-litre ones. It fits really well into this camp cover canvas bag,
Which Jess loves.
yes.
Well, rather than going into the nitty-gritty details now, what I'm going to do is a proper camp hygiene segment in a separate video. Let us know in the comments below whether that's something you'd like to see. We'll go into toileting, showering, cleaning, all sorts.
And it's becoming more and more common with all the deep haul campsites, especially the high traffic ones like here, Woora Station, and a bunch of others. You need to have a chemical toilet, a proper cassette one. So anyway, enough harping on about that. Let me get to this delightful job, and we'll see you back on the tracks. Talk loudly to get over the top of the noise of the corrugations. But the plan for today, we've obviously left Windrabandy Point. We're going to follow the coast track all the way down to 9 Mile, which is also goes by the name of Brubadju Point, which is just north of Coral Bay, and we're going to camp there tonight, explore a little bit around Coral Bay. Again, we've got more friends in Coral Bay that we'd like to catch up with, so I've just sent them a message to see what the plan is for this afternoon. So yeah, that's where we're heading today. That section of track from Ningaloo Homestead down to 9 Mile I've never driven before, but I believe it's just like the whole sort of coastal track in this area, in which case it shouldn't be anything too difficult, probably just sandy and corrugated. But yeah, that's where we're going to head now. We'll see what we find.
It was along this stretch of track from Ningaloo Station down to Coral Bay that I finally got to start seeing what the Cape camper trailer was actually capable of. I was able to start familiarising myself with how it felt off-road and what sort of effect it would have on the car. And yeah, actually quite impressed me how well it handled the track and how little effect that it had on the car. And really, this was just the entree. The Kennedy Ranges was where we were going to really get to test the camper trailer out. Well, we got a campsite at 9 Mile and we left the trailer there. There's really not a lot to show you there, and I didn't really find it all that enjoyable. It was just a convenient overnight spot for us. So from 9 Mile we ducked down the coast to Coral Bay, had a good look around. We'd already been to Oyster Bridge and we'd already explored north of Coral Bay, so we wanted to head south. So we went to Five Fingers and down to Turtle Cliffs. The wind was blowing its guts out again, so we elected to sort of stay in the car and move around and have a look-see that way, rather than set ourselves on the beach in the teeth of it. From Turtle Cliffs, and in the afternoon we went to the pub at Coral Bay and caught up with our good friends Sam and Ash. And of course, time got away from us, so we were there well into the night, and we ended up going back to camp in the dark. I don't have any footage of that, so I'll sign off episode 2 here now, and we will pick up episode 3 on our way to Carnarvon before heading out to the Kennedy Ranges. Cheers, happy safe adventuring, and we'll see you soon.